Welcome to Toffee Blueview, your source for all things Everton. I'm Gerry. Paul is here. That's right. You're welcome, Paul. Just saying. So, Paul, we've got a big, another big Premier League matchup this weekend because they're all big in the Premier League. I acted like it was some crucial game. No, they're all kind of crucial. We've got Huddersfield at the weekend. And everybody says that all Premier League games are competitive, and that's why that league is so strong. But this is a little bit of a trap game, I would say, because right now Huddersfield have scored one competitive goal. One. All right? Yeah. So the initial thought is, hey, if we're going to keep a clean sheet, this is the one, right? They've lost, let's see here, they've drawn one game, lost two. They lost in the Cup yesterday, 2-0 to Stoke, and they drew with Cardiff last weekend, 0-0. It's if you were just looking at numbers, immediately you'd say, oh, we got this. But that is so dangerous in the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
If you need a result, then Everton are the team to visit, aren't they? Just any team that comes to us, which is in dire straits, we always find ways to help them out, or the referee finds them ways to help them out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is not a gimme at all.
No. Their manager is we tend to claim him as American because I think he's part American. David Wagner.
Yeah.
Peeps with Klopp, which is enough to want to beat him.
Oh well, yeah. He got linked with some big jobs last season purely with the fact that he is Klopp's sidekick, Robin to Klopp's Batman. I saw a lot of people linking him with our job, and I thought, come on, don't be silly, put the needle down, go easy on that crack.
he needs to maybe prove himself a little bit more. In a situation like that.
I'm not saying he's a terrible manager, but I think he's one of these managers where just because he's got a bit of a quirky personality, he tends to have a lot of fanboys who kind of just love him for his sound bites and the way he acts rather than what he actually has achieved since he's been in the Premier League. I know he did well in the lower leagues, and he did well keeping them up last season, but you've just said it yourself, they've scored one goal. They have lost 3 of their 4 games, one in the Cup, 2 in the league. They're one of those teams who you wouldn't bet against them going down.
Yeah, and I don't want to completely just bash the manager just because I do think he's done a good job since he's been there because it's a tough job. It's not an easy job.
That's true.
To be the manager of Huddersfield. I think he has done a good job. It's just I usually feel like if you're a team that's been promoted, surviving that first season is the goal, but after that one season, it's almost like the rest of the league has had a year to kind of get an idea of who you are.
Yes.
And that makes the second season, I feel like, just as difficult as the first. Possible starters. I'm going to either look at Hamer, but Hamer's maybe injured. I think they had to sub him recently, so it could be Losel playing in goal, but one of those two. I'm going to butcher this name, man. Haderjanaj. Yeah.
That's better than what I can say.
He's a quality right back, I believe. And then Zanka Jorgensen and Schindler probably running in the center, and Congolo, who we were connected to 2 or 3 years ago when Koeman was manager. So yeah, he plays outside back for them. Aaron Moy in the center with Billing. And then you got Pritchard, Diakabi, Van La Parra, and Mooney. Dangerman, I look at this lineup and I think Moy is their most difficult player to deal with in terms of the heart and soul of their team. Yeah. I don't see one player where I say, that guy's dangerous. That's a danger man. You know what I mean?
There's no star in that team. That's all. They are what I would call a poor man's version of Burnley, if that makes sense. Just a team that doesn't have any stars, but a team of real workmen who all clearly have a real connection with one another. A lot of them have been together a long time, and they win as a team, they lose as a team. So the reason they survived last season and the reason they will survive this season, if they do, was just because they have such a strong spirit and sense of character in their squad. So yeah, there's no real player who you look at and you think, wow, that guy is a danger man. He's going to get a move to a big club in the next year or two. There's just a lot of seasoned professionals there who just work really hard and seem like they're just very honest pros. But I agree with what you're saying. I don't look at that team and I don't think, oh wow, this is going to be a tough day today.
Yeah, can you see them packing back and packing it in on us and just kind of trying to frustrate us and then get off on the transition?
I don't see what else they can do. Genuinely, I mean, if they don't do that, if they decide to play open and come at us, then fair play to them. But I think if they do that, then they're setting themselves up for a hide. I mean, a team like that, when they're away from home, maybe if they were at home, they would be a bit more adventurous. I think that's what they're going to have to do this season to get some results. But when they're coming away to a team like us, that is quite high on confidence as well. We've had some good results. They're going to come here and they're just going to think, wow, we can't concede an early goal. If we get an early goal against them, then we could run riots, and I think they know that. I think they're going to look to frustrate us and just do what a lot of teams do when they come to Goodison. They just hope to, as you said, sit in, pack us out, keep us kind of out of their penalty area, not let any shots loose. And when that tends to happen, give it 25, 30 minutes, Goodison does tend to groan a little bit. The groan starts. People get a little bit anxious, a little bit fed up. And when that happens, it makes things a lot more comfortable for the opposing team. So I think that's probably their best bet. Just come to Goodison on Saturday, shut up shop, at least for the first half or so. Hope the crowd gets annoyed. Hope the Everton players kind of panic and lose patience a little bit, and just see what they can steal on a set piece or a breakaway.
Yeah, we before the Rotherham match, we talked about our main weakness is set piece defending, and Rotherham's strength was set pieces. So we had pretty much already figured out that they were going to get a set piece goal, and lo and behold, they got one on a corner. So smaller teams, that's usually their danger against bigger squads. That's typically the way this works. It'd be great if we could shore that up. But like I said, I mean, hey, if we're gonna get a clean sheet, it seems like this would be the time. Seems.
Yeah.
However, what is your prediction for this weekend, Paul?
I mean, I don't think it'll be an absolute hammering. I'd like that. I think every Everton fan would like that. I'll go for a 2-0. I think it'll be another professional performance. I mean, they'll come, they'll give it a real good go. They'll frustrate. They'll have a few moments here and there, but I think we'll get one goal maybe. I think we'll get goals either side of half time. I think maybe at the end of the first half we might get a bit of luck, or they'll lose a bit of concentration. And then if we get another goal, in the first 15 minutes of the second half, that will just be game over, and we'll just be happy with our lot. So I'm going to go for a very, a professional 2-0. I'll go for.
Yeah, I wrote down the same thing. A 2-0. That's why I was making the face. I'm like, great. Yeah, let's say that. That happened all the time last season. Max and I picking the same score repeatedly, or David and I. I just kind of every time I'm just like, well, I can't even say anything now because, yeah, I agree. And you know what? Cenk Tosun is due. He is due. All right.
Yes.
I think he's going to get one. Now, I usually make these oddly specific predictions, Paul, and they're never right. I'm usually okay getting the starting 11 or the score, but whenever I pick a player, I'm usually wrong. So, Cenk, hope I didn't jinx you. Hey. So yeah, anything else on this one?
No, not really. I mean, I just follow on what you said. I really, really hope Cenk gets a goal. I mean, if you offered me now, this might be a bit controversial. If you said to me you can have either 3-0 and Cenk doesn't score, or you can have a 2-0 and Cenk does score, I would take the 2-0.
I think that's pretty sound. I think you got a good reason for that too. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, some people might think that's silly. Oh, come on, you've got to get goal difference, but Cenk needs a goal, as you said. I mean, he's not in bad form. He's not struggling by any stretch, but he's a striker. He lives off goals. He needs a goal to kind of, give himself a boost. Do you know what I mean? So, and he's worked hard as well. He's in all those games we played so far, he's deserved a goal for his endeavour. So I really want to see him score, and I wouldn't be too surprised if we see Walcott get one as well, because he looks like he's in great form at the moment, and he's just been left out the England team, so he has a point to prove still.
I'm going to call our other goal Zuma.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Hope so.
I don't know. I'd like to see a center back get another goal. We've been doing okay on those, on a corner. So, yeah. And to be fair to Jink Tosin, back on him really quick, he's getting assists. He's playing good football. His hold-up play is sound. His combination play is sound. He's looking the part. He's just not getting a lot of shots lately. And when he is getting them, he's kind of not putting them in the corners, which is typically he can have one chance all game and he bags it, lower corner or a diving header out of nowhere. You know what I mean? But gosh, that Stoke header. I just relived that. It was wonderful.
That's great. I love that one.
But
Andy Gray-esque that was.
You'll have to teach me about Andy Gray, Paul. Remember, I'm the young Evertonian in terms of my Everton life. All right.
I wasn't around when Andy Gray was scoring goals for Everton, but I know all about him. Real blood and guts. Get in your face, win headers, tackle. One of these real old-fashioned tough.
Oh, I have seen some compilation videos of Andy Gray.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Big mess of ginger hair.
Yes. That's the best type of ginger hair. The big mess.
Yes.
Big fan.
Yes.
All right, so Paul, I guess that's it for our Huddersfield preview. If you're liking our videos, please subscribe to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel. We would sincerely appreciate it. We're pushing, getting close to 1120 on the subs side, so thanks so much for that. You can check out Paul's work on the Toffee Blues website. He's got some analysis there. He's got a story that dropped last week on Gary Speed, so check that out. He also gets to contribute to the Liverpool Echo fan jury. So yeah, check out Paul's stuff there. And I think that's it. We've got a starting 11 segment coming up in just a minute. So we're gonna work on that. So bye.